I am something like a skin device collector, it seems, my newest addition being the CurrentBody Skin Radiofrequency Skin Tightening Device. This is my first proper radiofrequency device. I already have a LED mask, microcurrent devices, and the Medicube HR at home, but the latter combines different forms of waves, not radiofrequency exclusively. As I don't think the difference on the skin when using ultrasound, high frequency or radiofrequency at home is noticeable though, I stopped using the Medicube and only used the CurrentBody Radiofrequency device for a little over 3 months now, making sure to film a before and after when I reached the 8 weeks mark, at which, according to the claims, you should see instant, dramatic and long-lasting results. Did that happen? Let's find out. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Anne, a physician passionate about skincare and well-aging. Apart from the claims that all radiofrequency devices make, which is to reduce wrinkles and lift jowls and sagging skin through the stimulation of collagen production, the CurrentBody version specifically claims to be 33% more effective and deliver results in 50% less time compared to other radiofrequency devices on the market. It is the only one I've tried, so I can't comment on that. The device comes with a charging cable to plug into the socket and a removable cap to protect the conductors during storage. In the package included are not only different adapters for the plug, but also a travel bag and 1 tube of radiofrequency gel. The most important thing first, the device needs to be plugged in to work. You can't charge it and then unplug it to use. As the cord is of average length and the treatment takes some time, that is a little inconvenient when you don't have a socket next to your TV or computer and want to watch something while doing it. So what you do is you apply gel to the area you want to treat. The handbook suggests different treatment areas and also if you should use circular or straight motions there. Each area is only treated for 5 minutes, but if you want to do your whole face and neck, that quickly adds up to more than an hour. At the top of the device you have an LED light that shows you the settings. There are 3 different energy levels and one that indicates if you have good contact to the skin or if your skin is overheating at the surface. It also turns orange for a short time after 5 minutes of using it, but I have to admit that the way the light is placed it was impossible for me to see it properly, meaning I would miss the short change of color, so I ended up setting a timer for my personal treatments. Here, something different like a sound or vibration would have been much better. The device will turn off when the skin surface gets too hot or when you don't use it for a certain amount of time, but as long as it is plugged in, you can easily restart it. So I said that there are 3 different settings you can choose from, and according to the brand, they don't differ in final intensity, but only in how quickly the skin is heated up. The higher the setting, the quicker the goal temperature to stimulate collagen is reached. I started at the lowest setting, which I would always recommend you do when you are new to your device, and while on my forehead I could easily go up to level 2, I find level 1 to be more than enough in terms of being slightly uncomfortable on the rest of my face, especially in the crow's feet area and the nasolabial fold. That hasn't changed after 3 months of using it. I would suggest starting at the lowest level and then increasing depending on the area you want to treat and your individual tolerance, while you essentially get more time on the recommended temperature when the device heats up quicker, with the difference in reaching goal Celsius between level 1 and level 3 being only 12 seconds, I doubt it will have much of an impact when doing 5 minutes of treatment per area. Before you start, make sure to remove all metal piercings from the treatment area. After you plug in the device, you apply a layer of conductive gel. They have one to go with, but as always, any conductive gel will do. Pick your setting by pressing the button on top and start slowly gliding over the area you want to treat until 5 minutes are over. If you don't feel any heat, see if it's actually on. Try to move slower or remove some of the gel you have applied, or in case you are on a low level, increase the intensity. Once you're done, move to the next area you want to treat, or if you're finished, wipe off the gel and let your skin rest for a while. I don't use anything cooling for the next 15 minutes simply because I want the temperature I just raised to return to normal as slowly as possible, and don't use irritating skincare that night, so no exfoliating acids, no retinoids, just simple soothing products. Apart from the inconvenience of having it plugged in, it is actually easy to use. You can expect to experience redness and maybe minimal swelling after the treatment. I surely did, which is why I prefer it in the evenings, but that usually subsides over the next 2 hours. There is a small risk of burns on the skin surface if the device gets too hot. The temperature control should prevent that, as the device would turn off before high skin surface temperatures are reached, but in theory that could happen. Another theoretical concern is that if you have heat-sensitive skin conditions like rosacea or melasma, heating up the skin could trigger an episode or make the pigmentation worse, so if you aren't sure, speak to your treating doctor. As always, any results you will be able to see are minimal and probably won't show up on camera, but after filming my 8 weeks clip, I could see what is more noticeable in real life. My face looks plumper on the cheekbones and more defined in the cheek area, and maybe even a little firmer around the jaws. Is it dramatic as promised? No, but it's enough for me to warrant keeping it up, despite, I'm not gonna lie, this 1 hour every week is a struggle to fit in my routine. An effect on my wrinkles is not something I would claim I see. Some days they look better, other days they look worse. I think how much I slept has a bigger effect than this device. The hard contraindications are, as always, people wearing a pacemaker or having non-removable implants or piercings in the treatment area, as well as people that suffer from a general condition that affects their skin's integrity or their ability to feel temperature, I think. Active acne, eczema, diabetes and such. In doubt, always consult with your doctor beforehand. Same goes for any medication you take. The brand also states that you should not use the device if you have professional chemical peels, ablative laser treatment, plastic surgery or injectables within the last 3 months. In such cases, it is always a good idea to discuss that with the person doing the treatments even after 3 months have passed, just to be safe. It should also not be used over tattoos, but again, I would recommend checking in with your tattoo artist for that. Some pigments used can react badly to an increase in temperature or can increase the temperature locally even more. Now, I don't assume many of you have facial tattoos, but maybe that is just because I'm old, so I'm putting it out there anyway. A full list can be found on their website. While using radiofrequency on the face is most likely not going to reach the fetus or affect the breast milk you produce, the device has at this moment not been tested on people pregnant or breastfeeding, so it is not recommended to use if you fit into this category. I have tried the CurrentBody Radiofrequency Device for 3 months and filmed before and after at 8 weeks of treatment, when, according to the brand, you should see dramatic results. Use in general is easy. You plug it in, apply gel to the area you want to treat, and pick one of 3 intensity levels. I'm still mostly using level 1 as the other 2 can get uncomfortably warm, and move the device over the area. If you want to treat your complete face and neck, you will need 70 minutes in total. You need to have it plugged in, which limits your range of motion, and the light indicating it has ideal temperature and that 5 minutes have passed is impossible to see. Here a sound or vibration would have been preferable. My face looks more plump and defined around the cheekbones and jawline, but I personally did not notice any effect on my wrinkles. Definitely nice to have if you have the money to spare and will use it consistently, but like all at-home devices, not a necessity. If there's anything you would like to add, please do so in the comments below. I will link to more videos you might find interesting on the screen, and add links to my Instagram blog and Patreon account in the description box. See you soon. Bye!